Assalamualaikum. You're watching B2B World. I'm Fahim Bankush.
And I'm Mahin Jaffrey. Let's take a look at the headlines first. Prime Minister Imran Khan has announced to provide all necessary resources required for action against locust swarms in the country. Intermittent rain with snowfall over hills continue in upper areas of the country as Met Office predicts heavy falls in Islamabad, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Potahar region and Kashmir today. Three senior members of Saudi Arabia's royal family, including the brother of King Salman bin Abdulaziz, have reportedly been arrested for unexplained reasons. Number of cases from the new coronavirus tops 100,000 worldwide. World Health Organization called the spread of the virus deeply concerning as a wave of countries report their first cases of the disease, which has now killed nearly 3,500 people and infected more than 100,000 across 92 nations and territories. Islamabad United take on Peshawar Zalmi at 2 p.m. in Rawalpindi, while Quetta Gladiators face Lahore Qalandars at 7 p.m. in Lahore today in the Pakistan Super League 2020. PTV Sports will telecast the matches live. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has announced to provide all necessary resources required for action against locust swarms in the country. Chairing a high-level review meeting on eradication of locust, the Premier said it is a national emergency and federal government would take all-out efforts to control the locust. Sindh Chief Minister Syed Murad Ali Shah, while participating in a meeting via a video link from CM House, said that his government has spent 696.19 million rupees to control the attacks, but the threat was so serious that there is dire need to devise a national action plan to control the situation. He said breeding season of locust, which has settled in the deserts of Thar and Nara, would start breeding from July to December this year, and during the same period they would breed in Cholistan of Punjab. The Chief Minister also urged the Prime Minister to hire aircraft from China or UAE for conducting aerial spray. Drugs weighing 300 tons will arrive in Pakistan from China next week in the first phase to control the spread of locust in the country. This was stated by Chinese Ambassador to Pakistan Yao Jing during a meeting with Chairman National Disaster Management Authority Lieutenant General Mohammad Afzal in Islamabad. He said China will provide anti-locust spray and machinery to Pakistan in 3 phases. Prime Minister Imran Khan's Karachi visit has been cancelled due to weather conditions. Prime Minister's Special Assistant Firdaus Ashik Awan has said that the Governor Sindh Imran Ismail, on behalf of the Prime Minister, will inaugurate the development projects. Firdaus Ashik Awan said Prime Minister Imran Khan's vision is to bring Karachi at par with modern cities of the world. Talking about the weather now, intermittent rain with snowfall over hills continue in upper areas of the country as Met Office predicts heavy falls in Islamabad, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Potahar region, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan today and tomorrow. In Hazara Division, intermittent rainfall continued in plain areas of Mount Sehra, Abbottabad and snowfall over hills in tourist resorts of Shugara, Kagan, Naran and Konash valleys for the 4th consecutive day today. Up to 1 feet of snow has been recorded in Nathia Gali, Ayubia and Thandiani. The continued snowfall has blocked several link roads at various locations, disrupting routine activities of the locals. Power supply was also suspended in different localities. However, tourists are enjoying the weather in these areas. Over 2 feet of snow recorded in Malam Jabba, while Kalam received up to 10 inches of snow. Widespread rain, wind, thunderstorm also occurred in other districts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab, Kashmir and Islamabad. Meanwhile, the Met Office predicts more intermittent rain, wind, thunderstorm and snowfall over high hills in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Islamabad, Upper Punjab, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Heavy rainfall, hails to come are also expected at few places in Kashmir, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Potohar region. Dry weather is expected elsewhere in the country. And now talking about Pakistan Navy ship Yarmouk, which has been built in Romania, visited the Turkish port of Gulchuk while on its way to Pakistan. The host naval officials welcomed the crew of Pakistan Navy. Commanding officers of the ship held meetings with senior Turkish naval officers and exchanged views on bilateral naval cooperation. The crew also hosted a dinner at the Yarmouk ship that was attended by Turkish naval officials and representatives of foreign missions and defense industry. And now talking about the government that has launched structural reforms in the economy and wants to facilitate digital learning and innovative technologies. This was stated by Federal Minister for Economic Affairs Hamad Azhar, who was the chief guest at the concluding session of two-day-long Thought Leaders Summit 2020 by British Council in Islamabad. Amir Ramzan, Country Director, British Council, Pakistan, spoke about the efforts of British Council to promote digital learning and innovative technologies in Pakistan. Earlier, a session took place in which delegates representing members of academia, corporate sector and information technology participated. A consensus emerged that apart from increasing digital literacy and machine learning, there is a need to inculcate new technologies like artificial intelligence throughout Pakistan. Apart from industry representatives, students, academicians and other dignitaries attended the event.
We're very pleased with how the summit has gone. It certainly achieved the aims we set out, which were to talk about, in a thought leadership capacity, some of the key areas of our work and some of the areas where we partner with on Pakistan, such as the future of higher education, such as equality of inclusivity in the creative economies and digital. And we've had a series of wonderful panelists who've done a great job of really engaging the audience. The audience numbers have been great, and it's been a largely young audience, which has been very exciting to see.
What's really interesting is, I think, the panel at least that I was involved with, there's just a lot of energy and a lot of excitement around the notion of digital Pakistan and the transformation of Pakistan to enable people in the digital economy, to enable people, especially with a low literacy rate, to actually be a part of this digital revolution and to have their needs be met.
The Thought Leader Summit 2020 was organized by the Research Evaluation and Monitoring Unit of the British Council. What this unit aims to do is to do research on different topics which are important to the British Council, which includes equality, diversity, inclusion, gender, creative economy, education, higher education, Education UK. So this summit was to bring together people who've done research in this area, the researchers British Council has done, to be able to disseminate that research, as well as bring together thought leaders and researchers who work on this area.
Three people killed and 4 others injured in a collision between 2 cars in Badin. According to police, the accident occurred at Sheikh Umar locality on Hyderabad Road, killing 3 youth on the spot. They have been identified as Rafi Jamali, Awais Shang and Sufyan Punjabi. 2 of the 4 injured youth were sent to Karachi for treatment and their condition is said to be critical. The 3rd International Conference on Teaching and Learning began at the Islamia University of Bahawalpur. As many as 300 delegates from Belgium, Canada, UK and Pakistan universities are participating in 2-day international event being held in collaboration with the Punjab Higher Education Commission. Speakers, while addressing the conference, said that at present, new paradigms are shrinking our world. Innovations are the intersection of ideas. Information and communication technologies are emerging as a new powerful means of transferring knowledge for better and result-oriented teaching and learning. They said that future research would be based upon the exploration of the impact of information communication technology on students' learning achievements. We are open to the community by introducing several civic service and co-curricular activities. Professor Dr. Akhtar Ali, Dean Faculty of Education, Professor Dr. Irshad Hussain, Chairman, Department of Education, and Dr. Abid Shahzad, Founder and Chief Organizer of the conference, also spoke on this occasion.
Moving on to the international front now, 3 senior members of Saudi Arabia's royal family, including the brother of the king, Salman bin Abdulaziz, have been arrested for unexplained reasons. The New York Times and Wall Street Journal report the detentions took place early on Friday morning. The 3 men reported to have been arrested are the king's younger brother, Prince Ahmed bin Abdulaziz, former Crown Prince Mohammed bin Naif, and a royal cousin, Prince Nawaf bin Naif. Mohammed bin Naif was the interior minister until he was removed from his role and placed under house arrest by Mohammed bin Salman in 2017. The detentions have been linked to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He is considered the de facto ruler of the kingdom after he was named Crown Prince by his father in 2016. In 2017, dozens of Saudi royal figures, ministers and businessmen were confined to their Ritz-Carlton hotel in Riyadh after the Crown Prince ordered their arrests. Railways Minister Sheikh Rashid is talking to the media. Let's take you live there.
प्राइवेट सेक्टरों में देने 9 ट्रेनों को प्राइवेट सेक्टर में देने जा रहे हैं 3 ट्रेनें हमने फ्रेट सेक्टर को दी 3 और दे देंगे इस महीने के आखिर तक इस तरह 6 ट्रेनें मैं ये नहीं कह सकता कि पैसेंजर्स के टेंडर्स अभी खुलने में 8-10 दिन हैं लेकिन पैसेंजर्स में पहले क्योंकि नाकाम हुए हैं हमारी पॉलिसियां इससे पिछली हुकूमतों में इसलिए हम कोशिश करेंगे कि ये 9 ट्रेनें बेहतर सूरत हाल में प्राइवेट सेक्टर में दी जाएं 3 हम फ्रेट को दे चुके हैं फ्री ट्रैक पॉलिसी ला रहे हैं कोई प्राइवेट पार्टी अपने इंजन और अपनी फ्रेट वैगन्स ला के और अपनी पैसेंजर ला के अपनी ट्रेन चला सकती है हम ट्रैक का किराया लेंगे और सेकेंडली लास्ट इन रेलवे के ये जो हमने रियायत एसी में और स्टैंडर्ड में एसी स्टैंडर्ड में दी है ये 15 रमज़ान तक है 2 महीनों के लिए और जहां तक रेलवे का किसी ने सवाल करना है तो मैं हाजिर हूं फिर पॉलिटिकल बात
शेख साहब अगर आपकी आमदनी पिछले साल से 3 अरब ज्यादा है तो फिर आपने एसी किराए क्यों कम किए
किराए इसलिए एक मिनट किराए इसलिए कम किए हैं कि हमारा वहाँ कुशन है मैं तो चाहता हूँ कि हर 15 दिन बाद नया किराया हो जिस ट्रेन में पैसेंजर कम हो उसको सस्ता करें जिसमें ज़्यादा हो उसको महंगा करें हम बिल्कुल इकॉनमी हमारी फुल जा रही है इसलिए हमें ज़रूरत नहीं है ये साल
लाहौर में भी कैसा होगा और दूसरा सवाल ये है कि क्या इमरान खान साहब लैंड माफिया ड्रग माफिया और माफिया
इमरान खान इसी महीने इंशाअल्लाह चीनी और आटा के माफियों को शिकंजे में लेंगे इमरान खान मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है इसी महीने में जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन की है वो कौम से शेयर करेंगे क्योंकि बार बार लोगों का ये मुतालबा है कि इमरान खान उन लोगों को बेनकाब करें जिन्होंने आटा और चीनी में ये चोर बाजारी की उनको बेनकाब करेंगे इसी महीने के अंदर अब आप
जब आपने चार्ज लिया था तो आपने कहा था लाहौर रावलपिंडी को दुरानियां कम कर देंगे
हम इंशाअल्लाह ताला ML1 मेरी जिंदगी का मिशन है 3 दिन पहले भी मैंने वजीर आजम को कहा कि मैं रेलवे में ML1 के लिए आया हूँ 14 साल पहले मैंने दस्तखत किए थे इस रेलवे को अगर आपने जिंदा रखना है तो सिर्फ ML1 जब तक 3000 रेलवे क्रॉसिंग है 3000 रेलवे क्रॉसिंग बंद होंगे ML1 का जो PC1 बना है जो फिजिबिलिटी बनी है इसमें कोई रेलवे क्रॉसिंग नहीं होगी ओवर ब्रिज होगा या अंडर रेल होगा ये तमाम रेलवे क्रॉसिंग ख़त्म होगी नई कोचेज होंगी नया ट्रैक होगा 1885 किलोमीटर पेशावर से लेके कराची तक और 6.5 घंटे लाहौर से कराची का सफर होगा या 7 घंटे लगा लें वो इसलिए बंद की कि 3,000 रुपया सिर्फ आमदन थी 3 लाख रुपया और 13 लाख रुपया फ्यूल का खर्च था गुजरांवाला ट्रेन हमने चलाई है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बेहतर चल रही है इसके और स्टॉप भी कम करने पड़े कर देंगे हमारे साथ ट्रैफिक माफिया की भी लड़ाई है आप देखें लोगों ने गुजरांवाला की ट्रेन के शीशे तोड़े हैं वो जो वैगने चलाते थे 3-3 घंटे गुजरांवाला का रश था आप देखें हमारा सड़क माफिया के साथ भी ट्रक वालों के साथ भी वैगनों वालों के साथ भी झगड़ा है सो इस वक्त जो हमने 100 रुपए की चलाई है, पहले मेरा ख्याल था इसका 120 करूं, इसीलिए चलाई है कि 1200 पैसेंजर हम उठा रहे हैं गुजरांवाला और लाहौर के दरमियान। अभी 7 दिन हुए, 6 दिन हुए। जो बंद की है इसलिए बंद की है कि वो खसारे में जा रही थी, हमने रेलवे को खसारे से भी निकालना है। और अगर और कोई ट्रेनें हम सोच रहे हैं कि हम उसकी रीफिनिशिंग करें, अगर एक ही टाइम पे 2 ट्रेनें चल रही हैं तो हम दूसरी तरफ ट्रेन दूसरा रूट लेकर जाएं, ये हमारी पॉलिसी का हिस्सा है। देखें, मैं यहाँ बैठा हूँ, अभी फॉर्म की फीस जो है उसने 10,000 रखी थी, 5,000 की है, मैंने उसको कहा 1,000 कर दो। रेलवे के अंदर भी आपको पता है एक बहुत बड़ा माफिया है, रेलवे बजाते खुद बहुत बड़ा
माफिया आपको हर जगह मिल रहे हैं, हुकूमत में भी, रेलवे में भी, पुलिस में भी। ये बताइए कि हुकूमत की एक वजीर है शीरी मजारी, आज उन्होंने भरपूर तरीके से औरत मार और मेरा जिस्म मेरी मर्जी के नारे की हमायत की। आप
देखें, मैं तो शहबाज शरीफ का दोस्त हूँ, उसने कहा है कि मेरी बीमारी मेरी मर्जी। मैं औरतों के मौजू पर जो है बिलावल भुट्टो बेहतर तर्जमान है, शायद वो कल लीड करेगा। एक एक करके
आप हमारे जरिए उनको मोहब्बत भरे पैगाम भेजते रहे और उन्होंने आपको डैश का वजीर कह दिया।
देखें, वो क्या वो शेर है, वो लौट के आया, जब भी आया तो वो जहां भी गया लौटा तो मेरे पास आया। ये छोटी छोटी हल्की फुल्की मौसीकी उसकी, इसका मैं नोटिस नहीं लेता। सुन लिया, बता दिया यार, इतना अहम नहीं। वो खुद वो उसने क्या कहा, ठीक है यार, आज तू ज्यादा नाराज नजर आ रहा है। देखें, मेरी बात सुने, वहां मेरा दोस्त कायरा बैठा है, वहां चांडियो बैठा है।
That was Railways Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed talking to the media. He said that Railways business plan has been presented for the very first time and 9 trains are to be given to the private sector with the policy of the free track where a rent would be given to the government for all the private sectors using their trains on our tracks. Now, moving forward with the bulletin. The number of cases from the new coronavirus topped 100,000 worldwide as official data showed a significant hit to Chinese exports after the deadly outbreak brought much of the country to a halt. The World Health Organization called the spread of the virus deeply concerning as a wave of countries reported their first cases of the disease, which has now killed nearly 3,500 people and infected more than 100,000 across 92 nations and territories. The US was battling to contain an outbreak on a cruise ship where 21 people have tested positive for the virus. The Grand Princess has been stranded off San Francisco since Wednesday when it was supposed to dock after it emerged that 2 people who had been on the ship during its previous voyage had contracted the virus. One of the patients died later. The US Vice President Mike Pence said the ship will be brought to a non-commercial dock this weekend and all 3,533 passengers and the crew would be tested. The Grand Princess belongs to Princess Cruises, the same company which operated the coronavirus-stricken ship held off Japan last month, on which more than 700 people tested positive. Talking about Italy now, where the death toll from the new coronavirus has risen to 197 after the largest daily increase in fatalities there since the outbreak began. Officials said 49 people had died in 24 hours, while more than 4,600 cases have been reported in total. The country has now reported the most deaths outside of China, where the virus emerged in December. Meanwhile, in China, 28 new deaths from the new coronavirus outbreak were reported, bringing the nationwide toll to 3,070. There were 99 fresh cases of the infection, according to the National Health Commission, with a rise in new cases outside the virus epicenter of Hubei province for a 3rd consecutive day. There were 25 new cases reported outside the central province, which remains under lockdown in a bid to control the spread of the virus. New infections reported from Hubei have been on a downward trend for several weeks, and at 74, the number of new cases is the lowest since quarantine measures were placed in the the province in late January. But the health officials also reported 24 confirmed imported cases, fueling fears in China that infections could swell again as people get infected overseas. The number of coronavirus cases worldwide surged past 100,000 as a wave of countries reported their first cases. Now, China's foreign trade fell 9.6% year-on-year in the first 2 months this year to $594.3 billion due to the outbreak of novel coronavirus and the extended Spring Festival holiday. The General Administration of Customs said in the first 2 months, China's exports fell 15.9% year-on-year to $294.3 billion, and the imports dipped 2.4% year-on-year to $300 billion. Head of Statistics and Analysis Department of the General Administration of Customs, Li Kuiwin, said that China's foreign trade is recovering amid the effective control of the coronavirus. India's major monuments, including the iconic Taj Mahal, is being under consideration for temporary closure as a precautionary measure to deal with the coronavirus, as the world's second most populous country reported 31 infections on Friday. The authorities of Agra said they have appealed to the central government for shutting down all major monuments of India, as they were the hub of foreign tourists and were prone to coronavirus infection. Agra's famous Radha Swami temple was closed till further notice. A Delhi resident who tested positive for the coronavirus had visited his family in Agra after he returned from virus-hit Italy. Meanwhile, India has also suspended the public parade ceremony at India-Pakistan border in Atari from the 7th of March till further notice.
Women in an impoverished and violent satellite city of Mexico's capital gathered to demand the government do more to halt violence against women. Blocking roads, holding signs and chanting slogans, the protesters sought to draw attention to gender-based violence and femicides in the city and Mexico at large. The protest comes ahead of International Women's Day and a planned strike by women in Mexico. The campaign for action on gender-based violence in Mexico has gained momentum, with 2 high-profile murders, a 25-year-old woman by her alleged partner and a 7-year-old girl who was reportedly taken from her school. In Mexico, at least 10 women are murdered every day, according to authorities. SpaceX successfully launched an uncrewed Dragon spacecraft, sending fresh supplies towards the International Space Station. The rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, illuminating the skies above Florida's Space Coast. As the rocket roared to life, car alarms at the press site were triggered, barely audible above the more than 1 million lbs thrust generated by the rocket's engines. Australians living in Canberra woke to an array of rising colours with the annual balloon spectacular painting the skies of the nation's capital. Hundreds of people were on hand to witness around 30 hot air balloons taking shape on the lawns of Old Parliament House. A giant Rex balloon measuring almost 40 meters high was the star attraction. The balloon spectacular will run every day until March 15. The wooden stage of the small Liverpool venue where the Beatles performed before they rocketed to fame is going up for auction, along with Paul McCartney's hastily scribbled notes for studio recording of Hey Jude. The stage and the lyrics are among 300 pieces of Beatles memorabilia being sold in New York on April 10, ranging from an animated shooting script of the band's 1967 Hello Goodbye music video to an ashtray used by a Ringo Starr at the Abbey Road recording studios in London. The stage was removed from Latham Hall in the Beatles' Liverpool hometown, where they gave their first advertised performance in May 1960 as the Silver Beats. As the Beatles, but without Starr on drums, they played there 10 more times until February 1961, more than a year before the release of the first single, Love Me Do. Other highlights include John Lennon and Yoko Ono's drawing of baptism, a term the couple created to satirize stereotyping that was featured in their 1969 Bad Peas documentary. After nearly 50 years of hip-hop, the unique art form is getting a museum in its birthplace of the Bronx, New York. Executive Director of the Universal Hip-Hop Music, Rocky Buchanan, said there is no physical place that is dedicated to the preservation and celebration of hip-hop history and culture. As a preview, a small rotating exhibit has been set up across the street from its future permanent home. Every 6 months, a new era of the culture will be explored until today's present time in history. Among the highlights is a Breakbeat Narratives interactive console created with Microsoft and MIT Center for Advanced Virtuality. Other artifacts on display include Kurtis Blow's original Best Box machine and the first and second rap records ever released.
Two matches will be played today in Pakistan Super League 2020. In the first match of the day, Islamabad United will be taking on Peshawar Zalmi at Rawalpindi Stadium at 2 p.m. Islamabad United is at second place with 7 points, while Zalmis are at third position with 7 points as well. In the second match of the day, Quetta Gladiators will face Lahore Qalandars at Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore at 7 p.m. BTV Sports is telecasting the entire event live. Pakistan Cricket Board has decided to raise awareness for breast cancer during Pakistan Super League 2020 matches in Lahore and Rawalpindi today. The match officials, team players and commentators will don pink ribbons during the matches. The bails on wickets will be coloured pink as part of PCB's public awareness campaign. The digital screens at the Gaddafi and Rawalpindi stadiums will run messages for breast cancer awareness. The Pakistan Super League 2020 match between Multan Sultans and Karachi Kings was abandoned before the end of the first innings due to rain in Lahore. BTV Sports is telecasting the event live. Earlier, Kings had won the toss and had opted to field first. After being put into bat, the Sultans had scored 102 runs at the loss of 6 wickets when rain stopped play on the second last ball of the 17th over. Shahid Afridi was not out after hitting a 17-ball 35 after he smashed 3 sixes and 1 4. Opener Moeen Ali made 29 runs. Ahmed Yameen and Ahmad Wasim took 2 wickets each for Karachi. After heavy rain at Gaddafi Stadium, the match was subsequently called off and both the teams were awarded 1 point each. Sultans, who have won 4 of their 6 matches so far, have 9 points due ahead of 4th-placed Kings, who are buoyed after winning against former champions Islamabad United and Peshawar Zalmi, respectively.
And Ahmad Wasim gets one to spin through the gate. Multan are falling away. Afridi starts off, turning it to the leg side, and it'll go away to the fence.
With all his experience to come out here, they say there's no such thing. Oh, that's going to be out. That's going to be out. Chris Jordan takes his third. He's never dropping that.
Advantage of this weather, but whoever it is, let's go back to the bombs.
Well, advantage or not.